Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, the Story of Success. It was a book published in 2011. Now, my name is Alex Cherne. I am a senior in Miss Ross A1 English 12 class. So, this book is written by Malcolm Gladwell. It was written in 2011, and it is a book about the famous people and successful people in this world and what makes them successful. He outlines um, the culture they're from, their families, their generations, their experiences through their upbringing, and what made them successful. Especially people like software billionaires, Bill Gates, um, the Beatles, a lot of famous and successful people like this. And he looks at them and goes through the very, very intricate details and what he thinks made them successful. Um, Now, this book was a first of its kind. Not a lot of people have written books about this and have gone into great depth on successful people. Most people just look at the surface and say, well, you know, they're successful, and they look at what the people do and what they're like, but they don't pay a lot of attention to, the stories of their upbringings and what those stories can hold. And I think Malcolm Gladwell goes very well into this. So now we're going to get into the review of the book. Now, in my humble opinion, I think that this is one of the best books I've ever read. It is a nonfiction novel, so it provides all real events and facts and studies and things like that in this book. And the main thing that this book did for me is that it brought out a lot of things to light, to things that I could be doing better in my life to make myself more successful. Um, one of the main things that it brought out to light was that I need to work on my time management and those skills. And I think, I've been through high school and I have struggled with my time management, especially in my studying. And I think that this book really showed me that I have to really make an example of that to myself now. And I have to really dive into that and try to work on that. Because if I want to be successful in life, which I have very high aspirations in life, then I have to manage my time better and I have to study better. And because school is the very important key. And these kids, and when these people were kids, every single one of them, they were very meticulous about their work, and I'm not. And that just shows me that I need to change my life and change up some things. And if I want to be successful, I have to do these sort of things to be successful. Now, overall, this book was very, very well written. It provided great examples of people who are successful, and it provided great detail about people who were successful and it went into their lives. And I really think that it was very impactful and that it is a read that everyone should read. Thank you. All right, guys. So the first literary element we're going to be talking about today is going to be irony. Now, there is a lot of irony in this book, a lot. And I think that Gladwell uses irony as a way to portray how he feels and what he thinks is truth in this book. Now, I found a lot of examples of this in the book, but I'm going to use the four most prominent that I found that probably mean the most to most people. The first one is intelligence does not guarantee success. Now, this one goes against what everyone believes in society, that if you are intelligent, you will be successful. Now, people have dropped out of high school and been successful, a la Bill Gates. But there's also been countless other individuals who've not been very good at school, but have always been more successful than people who have been very good at school. And so I think that is a very big irony, and it's also a very big stereotype, which also leads into our next stereotype. Cultural stereotypes sometimes contain a grain of truth. He's talking about the stereotypes where it's Asians are good at math, Indians are very good at technology. Not trying to be racist with those, but those are just examples. He's saying that they have a grain of truth, and it's because they work harder than the United States. Those people work hard because they know what they don't have and they know what they want. And I think that he very, very, very much portrays this in this book. The next one is genius is a product of practice, not inspiration. Now he is saying that to become very smart, you have to work hard. Hard work is one of the biggest factors that he talks about in this book. He says at one point that you could take 10,000 swings. If you're a baseball player, take 10,000 swings. You have to take that many a day. and you could be successful. That's when you know you will be successful. Hard work is a very big factor if you're trying to be successful. Malcolm Gladwell clearly outlines this in this book. And lastly, politeness can be a destructive influence. This is the one that'll get most people. People have learned, especially in the South, that if you are polite, you will always get wherever you want to go. People will always think higher of you in this and that, and you were great and all that sort of thing. Malcolm Gladwell completely disagrees with this. He believes that in a certain way of politeness, it's not like you're just going to be disrespectful to everybody. He believes that politeness will not get you very far. You have to be mean and you have to strive to get what you want. You have to go through people, even if it means that you're destroying other people to get what you want, to be successful. Other people are going to fall when you're trying to be successful, and I think that he clearly outlines this in this book. All right, so the last and second literary element we're going to talk about is major conflict. Now, people who have read this book might not think this is a big idea and think might be a weird thing to talk about, but I think this is actually a very, very, very good thing to talk about because major conflict is very much throughout this book. Now, Gladwell, the major conflict here is how birth date, age, and opportunities in your life may and can determine success of an individual. And he also talks about the conflict that people go through. The most successful people in his book, their conflict is usually socioeconomic forces such as income, national culture, and other things that make them not, be successful. And I think that his thing is here is that these people break through and they're so successful because they can break through these conflicts and succeed over them. And it really shows that these people can be successful and that there's nothing that can get in their way at this point because they have beaten the conflict. And I think that that's shown through every successful person he puts out in this book. And that's why I thought major conflict would be a very good thing to talk about. So, in conclusion, this book is about successful people and the intricate details and life experiences that made them successful. This book was written by Malcolm Gladwell. It was published in 2011. It is a must read. If you are trying to be successful in life, it is a must read. Thank you for listening and have a good day.